can you lose weight when you intermittent fast? Absolutely. But the thing with diets or intermittent fasting or different ways or keto, all of these things, is that something that you can maintain forever? Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of It Takes Grit with your host Rebecca Louise. This podcast is all about the grit that you need to help you get to where you want to be. And for me personally, like this last month has been absolutely crazy, and I've had to really dig deep to find that grit to keep on showing up. And when you build that muscle of, hey, no matter what, I'm going to keep on showing up, it's amazing how the hard things in life actually become really simple. So one of the biggest things that people ask me is like, how do you stay motivated? It's because I showed up when it was difficult. I showed up in those times where, I just really felt like I can't do this. And it's in those times where you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can. They're the days where you really want to show up because it's going to build that muscle. It's going to build the muscle of certainty and give you a positive life that you can keep on pushing forward for the rest of your life. All right, so today we are talking about finding that grit and showing up yourself in terms of nutrition, because there are so many different ways out there to lose weight and work on your energy and to tone up and build muscle. And today I'm going to share with you guys what my thoughts are on intermittent fasting. Now, again, this is just my opinion. This is just my thought process. And so if you have a different opinion or something doesn't feel right for you, no problem. I always say, find something that works for you and your body. Intermittent fasting really might work for you. It might work for some people. And I'm just going to share with you the pros and the cons of intermittent fasting so that you can decide for yourself if that's something that works for you. Now, personally, I really trust people and I look up to people who know a lot about this, and they say that there's amazing benefits and it's incredible. And I have never done intermittent fasting myself because why? I feel like if you feed your body good nutrition, it's going to last a lifetime and you're going to be able to do something that you're going to work for forever. I've also struggled with an eating disorder. So for me, the thought of intermittent fasting and not feeding my body brings me back to that psychological part of how I used to restrict myself from not eating. So for me, it's a personal reason why I haven't decided to do it. And that's absolutely fine. And why I'm never going to do it, because for me, it just brings me back to those days where I had to restrict myself. And it's just not good for my brain. And I don't know if I went down that road, would that start to create what I had in my teens? But for some people, it works great. As I said, I look up to people who have got so much research and feel like intermittent fasting really works for them. So this is just what my opinion is and how I feel, because, there's loads of different levels in terms of fitness, right? And it's the grit that you need to help you get the results that you want. So some people are going to be able to have great discipline and be able to stick to it. Some people, it's going to be like, oh my goodness, this is consuming my life. And some people say, I'm not going to be able to do this forever. And honestly, that's what I think when it comes to intermittent fasting. Yes, can you lose weight when you intermittent fast? Absolutely. But the thing with diets or intermittent fasting or different ways or keto, all of these things, is that something that you can maintain forever? Because if it's not something that you can maintain forever, then you're going to go back to how you were eating before and you're going to gain that weight back, right? Or you're going to lose that weight, whichever way that it is, what results that you are looking for. So for me, when I look at a nutrition plan, I don't look at a diet for sure. I look at a nutrition plan and I look at something that I can do long term. And if you heard me talking the other week in one of our nutrition podcasts, we talked about 3-2-1, which is taking your supplements 3 times a day, having 2 healthy shakes a day and having 1 healthy meal along with some protein snacks and lots of water. But I think that I could stick to that forever. That's eating 6 meals a day. 2 of them are just really high nutrition shakes, so I make sure that I'm getting all my vitamins and minerals in. And then the other parts is making sure I'm getting my supplements in 3 times a day. So for me, that's something I can do forever. The part when it comes to intermittent fasting is that you can't go out for brunch, right? You can't have breakfast with your family. You can't start your day off, with having a nice cup of tea, right? Which is what I like to do. When I was actually researching intermittent fasting, it's interesting because these were some of the pros that they said that it was, right? And I actually don't think that these are that pros. One of them said that it was easy to follow. I mean, yes, if you look at it overall, it's like, hey, you're only allowed to eat from this hour to this hour. However, is that really a pro just because it gives you a small window? I would actually feel like that is something challenging to follow through because your body needs fuel, especially if you're doing a workout. You need fuel for your body. There's no calorie counting, all right? So supposedly no calories, you can just eat whatever you want during that period of time. To me, again, if you don't count your calories, you could be just eating foods that are really rich and just have loads of calories in, but aren't specifically good for your body. So really think about that. There's no macronutrient limitations, right? Is unrestricted eating allowed? Like you can eat whatever you want during those through hours. So you could just eat a whole bunch of junk food, right? Again, these are just the pros. They might boost longevity, promotes weight loss. It does because you're only eating a small amount of window. So supposedly you're actually restricting how many calories that you can eat unless you just completely binge eat for those hours, right? And it may help with glucose control and may provide other health benefits as well. So they say that, there might be some more mental clarity. You actually get more energy. Again, it's not something that I think that I would even go into because I want to be able to have nutrition for life. And again, when I think about it, of me going and restricting food or eating like whatever I want from a certain amount of hours, that kind of goes back to that binge eating and that mindset. So the cons of it, right? Side effects on fasting days. So those days that you do fast, you could have stomach issues, you could have more fatigue, you may reduce your physical activity. For me, I know that I'm the strongest when I work out around 2:00 in the afternoon because I've been eating throughout the day and I'm like ready to go. I'm like, hey, I've got fuel in my body and I feel amazing. You might feel like you are really hungry, which doesn't surprise you. I know that as the days goes on, your body gets a little bit more used to it, okay? It may be concerns for other medications as well. There might be things that, you're taking right now that doesn't work with intermittent fasting because you need to eat when you take certain medications. It does not encourage nutritious eating, which is one of the biggest things that I have found. And I'm not to say that if you do intermittent fasting that you can't do it right. I just feel like a lot of people get a misconception of how to do intermittent fasting correctly for their body and eating the right food, right? It may also promote overeating. And I don't think that it's particularly advisable for long term, right? So this is just my thought process. Again, this is just my opinion. I am not a huge fan for intermittent fasting, personally because I like to do something that I can do forever. I want to be able to go out for brunch with my friends. And I think psychologically, it's not that great when you restrict your body and just eat for a certain amount of hours throughout the day. And it can also promote you just to binge eat. However, I do know on the other side that there are health benefits and there are things that are going to be good for you if you can do it the right way. But again, that takes a lot of discipline to make sure that you are eating the right foods all throughout the day. My life is all about balance. I want to make sure that I'm feeling balanced with my nutrition, making sure I'm getting enough water in, and that I don't feel restricted, right? If I want to go for, breakfast with my family on a Sunday morning, like I can't go like, oh, well, I can't because I'm intermittent fasting. And it takes doing it every single day to really get into the program and get into those benefits. So I decided that I wanted to have a healthy, balanced diet for the rest of my life. I wanted to find something that would work best with me. So that's just my opinion on intermittent fasting. Again, if you do it and you love it and you feel amazing, like kudos to you. That's incredible. I just know for me that I want to be able to eat throughout the day. It gives me more fuel for my workouts. I want to be able to do something that I can do for a lifetime. And it's what I teach other people as well. When I get a new client or when somebody starts on the 5-Day Better You program, we talk to them about the importance of a really great breakfast. We talk to them about the importance of getting your body fuel throughout the day. We talk about all those things. So again, if you've not already signed up for the 5-Day Better You program, get started on that and we'll tell you all about balanced nutrition and how to be healthy, not just today, not tomorrow, but for the rest of your life. I know that you guys have had so many questions about nutrition and fitness. So anything else that you want to know my personal opinion on and what I do to stay in shape and to stay healthy, just make sure that you message us on the It Takes Grit podcast Instagram, or of course you can reply to us on the YouTube as well, or just email us in. We want to know how we can serve you guys best. Well, I know that was a quick little podcast for today, but I just wanted to highlight those pros and cons of intermittent fasting and let you know what my personal opinion is. Again, it is just my personal opinion. You get to do what you want to do with your body. I just know that for me, a balanced, healthy nutrition for the rest of my life is what's going to help me feel amazing, give me energy and vitality, and make sure that my mindset and my mentality around food stays a healthy and positive one as well. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. You guys are amazing. I absolutely love this community. We have got something really fun, exciting coming to the Inner Transformation program. So head on over to Rebecca Louise Coaching to see all of those updates. And I am so excited to finish our last call with our current members in October. You guys absolutely rock. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Share this with somebody today who maybe is thinking about trying intermittent fasting or is doing it and maybe just wants a second opinion. And just enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun, go fuel your bodies, get your workout in, and I'll see you on next week's episode. Bye, everyone.